Beautiful far north Queensland, one of our 3 host venues for WNBL 2020. And the Chemist Warehouse season so far has thrown up some interesting results, and it's thrown up some interesting scenarios. The Adelaide Lightning had a great start to their season. They had to press pause, but they are back, and they are a team that we need to learn a little bit about today. They take on the Southside Flyers in the first of 2 Sunday afternoon games. Hello and welcome. Jack Heverin joined by 2-time Olympian Jenny Screenan. Jenny, welcome to you. I think we all want to learn a little bit about the Adelaide Lightning today.
We do. They are my beloved Adelaide Lightning.
Yes.
We do know what to expect from the Southside Flyers. They have been saturating the market, indeed, with the stat sheet, filling it up with every player. We know that. The question is, the Adelaide Lightning are going to have a depleted lineup today, and how Chris Lucas is going to navigate his way through his substitutions and who's going to start is going to be an interesting one.
As you mentioned, they are depleted today, unfortunately, the Adelaide Lightning. Let's get to Megan Huswaite courtside for the first time today. Megan, good afternoon to you, and there are some big outs today for the Lightning.
Good afternoon, Jack and Jenny. Yes, the Lightning have a crazy schedule thanks to that week in hotel quarantine. So 3 players being managed this afternoon, led by Ali Wilson, the star for the Lightning so far this season. They have got a crazy week ahead. They take on the Flyers again this Wednesday before driving back to Townsville on Thursday and then playing on Friday. I spoke to Marina Whittle a bit about that before the game, and Southside Sarah Blitzarves, who will have a busy role this afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really happy with how we came out last night, and we're really proud of ourselves. And look, today's just going to be another challenge, and we're excited to take it on.
No Ali Wilson today, among a few other girls who are having a rest. How will you cover for those girls?
How do you face 2020? Like, we're just going to come out and fight, absolutely. Like, we will definitely miss Ali and the rest of the girls, but you still have to come out and play 40 minutes and fight as hard as you can.
And the key to victory this afternoon?
Again, fight, try and lock down some of their key players and just try and get on the boards and just keep on trying to get inside and attack as much as possible.
Sarah, great win yesterday, backing up this afternoon against Adelaide. What are you expecting from the Lightning?
Adelaide are going to be tough, you know. Steph Talbot's having an amazing year, so we've got to really focus on shutting her down. Every team comes out hard against us, and we know that. So we've just got to lock in on defence and just let offence come to us.
Who gets the job on Steph Talbot today?
I do today, yes. So I'm really excited. I love that Cheryl has faith and trust in me, and I'm really ready for a big job tonight.
And how important is it to get 2 wins for the weekend and continue to build on that momentum?
Yeah, big time. Super important for us. You know, we've already had 2 losses this year, so we don't want any more. And I think going into our little mini break of 2 days, having 2 wins under our belt would be really great.
Thank you, Sarah. Good luck this afternoon.
Anytime, guys. I'm Sarah Blitzarves, and this is the WNBL.
Never a dull moment with Sarah Blitzarves, but she does get a big job today, Jenny. Steph Talbot would be absolutely in all MVP conversation.
Oh, she is one that is having a stellar season thus far. Massive up in terms of her year last year underneath Chris Lucas. She definitely is going to be an MVP candidate, but we've got Chelsea Brooks out and also Taylor Ortlip along with Alex Wilson, who's averaging 13 points and 5 rebounds in a game, and not to mention 4 assists. So there's going to be a little shuffle. We see Marina Whittle coming into the lineup and also Carly Smith, and then a depleted bench. So it's going to be opportunities for young girls, but how far are these girls going to be able to push the Southside Flyers is the question.
And then the very opposite is the Southside Flyers. Their starting 5 has been very settled from the start of Chemist Warehouse WNBL.
Talk about stacked. That's almost an Opal squad lineup right there. Well, in fact, it actually is. But like you mentioned, the Sarah Blitzarves match up with the, what's her name? Steph Talbot, that's the correct name, will be a challenge for her because defense isn't something she's known for. So in order for her to establish herself in the Opals program and put her hand up definitely to make that team for Tokyo, this will be a good challenge for her. And then don't forget about that lady on screen right there, up against Luella Tomlinson as well. 6'4", great length. St Mary's shot blocker, Hall of Famer. She was inducted in 2019, will be a challenge and have the defense opportunity against Liz Cambage.
Our officials today, Todd Spain, Guy Richards and Jack Taylor. Southside Flyers 6-2 on the season. The Adelaide Lightning, as we mentioned, started the season so well, then had to go into isolation for the best part of 10 days. They're 4-1. They've played 3 less games than everyone else, Jenny. So the ladder a little bit skewed. If you're working on winning percentages, they're second in the competition, but in terms of games won, they're a little bit below that.
You can't read too much in it. They started really well. Credit to them in their first 2 games, especially with such a young lineup. And then they came out of quarantine and felt like they were still in quarantine. But ball's up, and we're going to have a great contest, we hope, this afternoon.
First of 2 games on Sunday afternoon. It's the Flames and the Fire up next. But the Flyers get underway against the Lightning. They're in possession. Flyers in their white uniform today. Cambage a long way from the cup, settles for 2. That's short. Lightning come up with possession. Steph Talbot, a huge season so far. 30 minutes a game. The best part of 23 points a game as well.
Don't move on the screen, careful.
Werung for 3. Nothing but net.
And she's one that had a great game last night. Obviously, they're backing up less than 24 hours. If Abby can ride on her confidence, and she's shooting pretty well from outside as well, that only helps Adelaide Lightning within this contest.
3 of 6 last night from outside the arc. Abby Werung. It's Talbot. Bullet pass to Tomlinson on the trail. Great start, Lightning. And an early win for Luella Tomlinson in her matchup against Cambage as well, as they go down low, and Tomlinson picks up the foul.
And that's going to be the tricky part for Luella, obviously with the size. She does have her own length, but then you've got Liz Cambage, who's in another department. But you can just see the baseline wraparound arm on the left arm, just giving Liz a little bit of hug down low. But the key for her is to stay not and get in foul trouble this game. They've already got 4 on the bench only. We don't need any Adelaide Lightning player fouling out tonight.
Beck Cole swings to the wing. Mitchell back where we started with Rebecca Cole. Puts the ball on the floor against her 3x3 teammate, Ali Smith. That's a good drive. Southside on the board. Mitchell, there's a turnover. Some miscommunication, and the Flyers look to get busy. Mitchell drives. Ooh, worried out of it, no call. Officials let play continue, and Whittle off to the races quickly, and now they can settle. Werung has got time, left wide open. 2 from 2 from outside the arc.
I don't know what's going there on the defense communication for the Flyers in that horn set where you've got 2 screens up high, but Abby just making them pay. No one's going to defend her. She's knocked 1 down, why not another?
42% coming into today's game. Percentage is improved off the back of her start. 7 on the shot clock for Cole. She'll want to get down low, and she does. Can't finish. Cambage puts it back in.
Tough. I mean, off the pick and roll, you've got to be able to defend, getting over the size of Lizzie, but then you actually have to be able to box out, and she's... Oh, another one. Hey, when you're depleted in terms of players, you might as well and just take that when you can drain it from long range. Nice shot from Luella there.
Put on the line for Luella Tomlinson. 10-4, the Lightning lead. Flyers a little slow to get going, but that's taking nothing away from the Lightning. Blitzarves with the response.
Boom.
It's a shootout.
Indeed. Adelaide showing a bit of a 2-3 matchup zone in that defensive set there, and Southside Flyers are shooting at a 40% clip from the 3-point line this season.
Whittle, good feed, underneath, all on her own, Carly Smith.
My goodness, not much defense going on in this game, Jack.
A lot of offenses. There's the answer through Cambage. Such a great luxury to have when all else breaks down, go down low. Werung off to the races, took it hard. Couldn't finish off. Lightning ball from the baseline.
I like that, though, from Abby Werung, the bravery to attack someone of the size and length of Liz Cambage there and finish outside her cylinder on that left hand. But the nice thing about that with Adelaide Lightning was that there was follow-up offensive rebounding contest from Arena Whittle, which allows them to now get another set here.
Steph Blitzarves in. Beck Cole will sit down. Off the inbound, Talbot guarded closely by Sarah Blitzarves today. Big job for her. Werung settles for the 2. She's perfect so far.
And the great thing about this, Jack, is Steph Talbot hasn't even hit the scoreboard.
Mitchell with the 3 early in the offense is deep, and Adelaide look to lift the tempo again. Whittle in the low block. Out Out to Tomlinson. Already has one from that range. Bit short that time around. So they're backing themselves early, the Lightning. Shot clock into single figures now for Liz. Turns and fires, misses out. Loose ball, she got it back. Too strong. Points will count, one to come.
Good. I thought she was.
Great job there from Lizzie to stay in the contest. I was about to say she was getting a little bit frustrated there with Luella, who actually just stood her ground there, but way to follow up. Not sure much of the foul there in that contest, but nonetheless, Lizzie's going to find herself at the foul line. You can see the referee having a discussion there with Luella, and I guess that's going to be Luella's job, is to get under the skin of Liz Cambage. And we saw that a couple of games ago where she got a little bit flustered, got a tech foul as well, and no doubt Luella's going to be trying to do that again here today.
She's very quickly up to 7 points and cuts the margin back to 2. Bright start from the Lightning. Flyers starting to click into gear. Talbot from deep. Hand in the face from Cambage was important. Now Mitchell on the trail to O'Hea in the corner. Southside in front.
And that's where they'll hurt you, Jack. If you give up a poor shot or a turnover like the Adelaide Lightning did on that last set, they're going to run it down your throat and find easy buckets, and that was one of those for Jenna O'Hea.
Werung steps back. Her range. 10 points in the first quarter.
My goodness, this would be a season high, or probably career high for her in terms of quarters and points scored. Poor communication there on the defensive set, but Abby Werung is coming up. The flying almost wished he got a 3-point there, but toe on the line with that 2-point.
It's Mitchell scoring quickly for Flyers in their offense. Basham. Here's Talbot at the top of the key. 7 on the shot clock. Got away from O'Hea. Beautiful feed to Smith. How did she get that away?
Great find. We know that Steph Talbot loves a spin move at the end of her dribble, but to find a teammate when she's got 2 players on her, all class there.
And Blitzarves takes it to Talbot and gets contact.
And she knows it too. She just had herself out of stance there on the closeout or the pick and roll on the side there, but on the offensive end,
what a pass.
Oh, drew 3 and just had the knack and the ability here. But on the defensive end, great job. On the offensive end for the Southside Flyers, great job by Sarah Blitzarves to get herself to the foul line.
Let's get down to Megan Huswaite courtside.
Rachel Jarry copped a knock to her hip in yesterday's win over Townsville, but she's got through the warm-up here this afternoon and has just come into the game for the first time. So some good news there for the full-strength Flyers.
Thank you, Megan. Sarah Blitzarves makes good on both. Cambo sits down. Jarry's played some important minutes for the Flyers in their return to the WNBL this season. There's Banish. Tries to work together with Werung. Shot clock's at 8. Whittle travel.
Yeah, she did indeed. Had happy feet there on that play. Just probably felt a little bit of pressure with the shot clock going down, but you can see here on the catch, just a little 1-2 shimmy. Oh. Maybe if she played in the NBA, she'd be all right.
Oh, she'd get away with that for sure. There'd be a no call there. 3:45 to play in the opening quarter. As Jarry, as Megan said, a little knock yesterday. Clydesdale into the game, combines with Blitzarves, got to the free throw line and misses. Talbot with another rebound. Leads the Lightning in that stat this season. Werung for another treble. Good hustle, and Brooke Basham worked hard to come up with it and give Adelaide another look.
Great offensive rebound. Abby Werung almost had me out on a seat if she was going to drain that one.
She wanted to take on Jarry and couldn't find a way through. There's the foul. Good head down play from Basham. Free throws to come.
Solid there by Basham. Probably got, I guess, let out of jail free there, Card. Not sure about the contest, but way to find something out of nothing there and get herself to the foul line.
Final signing for the Adelaide Lightning this season, Brooke Basham, 23 years old, out of Victor Harbour in South Australia.
And if you think about Adelaide Lightning in terms of what they could have had. Alana Smith isn't playing. You know, she was a huge coup for them, and obviously potentially going to Tokyo next year. And then Christy Wallace was another one, a late outing. You just think, and I know Chris Lucas would, you would just think, what if those caliber 2 players would have been in the lineup for Adelaide Lightning? But alas, it allows the door to open for other young players to have their opportunity.
And he'd be ecstatic with what he's seeing in the opening quarter. They lead by 2. Sarah Blitzarves to Steph Blitzarves, misses. And it's too big, too strong. She wanted a foul, Cambase. She's a scoring machine. So is Talbot.
Had to get so much height on that shot there because of the length and the closeout, which would probably almost be 7 foot from Lizzie. Didn't even actually follow through on that shot, but Sarah Blitzarves finds her own range in the other end, and that's what's going to happen. If you're going to sit in a 2-3, those corner shots are going to be all night for the Southside Flyers.
They've had a couple of those opportunities, and they've made them count every time. Basham from deep. Raining 3s.
What a contest. We're shooting at 40+% from deep from both teams thus far in the quarter. Huge quarter in terms of offensive output.
And long may it continue. Blitzarves from just inside the line this time.
Deja vu. Same shot, same spot.
So many offensive weapons. 2 more from Basham. Misses out. Lightning will get it back. Steph Blitzarves will come out.
You can see here they've just collapsed in, and that's what happens when you've got a prodigy like Liz Cambage. It's going to collapse the zone because you're going to want to protect the paint. But when a team like the Southside Flyers are shooting 40% from beyond the arc this season, you've also got to make aware of your 3-point shooters and push them off the 3-point line in order to not fall for that.
Good drive, strong drive from Whittle. She adds 2 more to the Lightning total. Clydesdale very quickly up the other end. Nice feed underneath to Jarry, who couldn't finish off. Basham's playing some really important minutes in this first quarter for the Lightning. At both ends of the floor. Brett for 2. Cole got it back. Jarry hands off to Clydesdale. And then the feed underneath. It's all it needs to be. 2 more for Cambase, that's 11. She leads all scorers in the first quarter. Morgan Yeager out there now. The 3 will be good from Ella Badish.
And how good is that? And Chris Lucas has got all rotation. Every single player has hit the court in this first quarter for his team. Starters are sitting on the bench, except for Marina Whittle, and they've still got a 3-point lead against the Southside Flyers.
Jarry short, long rebound by Amy Brett. Inside 30 seconds to play. Some fouls on Amy Clydesdale. How are these 3-point numbers, Jenny?
Sensational, considering this is the 4th game, Jack, that they've played this week alone.
Yeah.
It's credit to these girls, the fitness level that they've got, the professionalism. Obviously, there's not much training going on, but obviously a lot of shooting in their off days, and it's paying dividends.
It's a player's dream, that, isn't it?
Indeed.
Yeager backs it out with 7 to work with on the shot clock. Thought about pulling up, little hezzy, and turns it over. Cole's got to get busy now. On the stroke of quarter time, driving all the way. She couldn't finish, she's frustrated. And the Lightning lead at quarter time. They're short on numbers and they're short on experience, but they're not short on points. At quarter time, they lead 30-27 over the Southside Flyers, Chemist Warehouse WNBL. from the Adelaide Lightning, and it was led by Abby Werung, shooting the ball beautifully to start. And Jenny, she was the spark in many ways for Adelaide.
She was indeed. 10 points, 4 of 6 from the field, and doing a great job. She's having a great season. She's loved playing under Chris Lucas. She went away to the World Uni Games 2 years ago or 3 years ago now. A lot of these girls, in fact, he's recruited quite a few of those girls that he coached at those World University Games, and Abby was one of them. And she's a great young player. Bendigo last year, and having a fresh start after some traumatic experience in the off-season, losing her mum, which was pretty devastating, and no doubt she'd be looking down and very proud of her daughter.
She sure would be. Second quarter underway. This is going to be a tough challenge for Badish. Young, making her WNBL debut this season, and she's guarding one of the world's very best in Liz Cambage.
You just got to lap up that opportunity and challenge. What Adelaide do have to do is make sure they've got the weak side help ready there to trap, especially when they get those lob passes coming into Liz so easily.
Basham puts the ball on the floor. And the Lightning can't come up with it. Good scrapping, though, from Amy Brett. Almost did. Southside at the other end. Beck Cole with an easy 2.
And that's the question, isn't it, Jack, is how long are the Adelaide Lightning going to hold on? They had a great first quarter, 30 points, probably the best this season. But when you have slip-ups like that and turnovers we spoke about in the first quarter, they'll make you pay down the other end. And the one that actually hasn't been a factor thus far yet is Steph Talbot. Yeah. 2 points out of the 30 that Adelaide have. So that's pretty exciting, considering that she hasn't even hit, I guess, her marker of what would be considered her form.
Let's get down to Megan. She was taking a listen at quarter time.
No Ali Wilson or Chelsea Brook for Adelaide this afternoon, but they were providing some great support at quarter time and encouragement for their teammates. Chris Lucas really happy with Ella Badic, who has come into this side late for Christy Wallace. She was great defensively in the win over Sydney yesterday. Chris Lucas really happy with her performance in the first quarter.
Thank you, Megan. If you have just joined us, no Alex Wilson, no Chelsea Brook, as Megan said, no Taylor Ortlip as well today. Adelaide playing with the bare minimum, basically.
They are. I'm surprised Natty Hurst hasn't put on the uniform as the assistant coach.
I did wonder whether she might be tempted.
But, you know, it's a long season, even though it's short in duration. And there's plenty of games, and these two teams will face off again next week in the next round of the WNBL.
Flyers by 1. Run a play for Cambage. Such athleticism to be able to glide to the basket like that. 15 points now she has. And getting it done at the defensive end. No foul call, Talbot. Works hard on the offensive glass, kicks it out to Tomlinson. Ooh. Deep again.
And that's what's going to happen when you have penetration from the Adelaide Lightning, and Lizzie has to collapse like that, and then she's contesting, I guess, the defensive rebounds. Luella's just going to sit out there and just continue to shoot. Probably not known for her three-point range or had the opportunity in previous seasons, but taking it.
She's got 7 points and playing a big role with the minutes. So Hayes swings it wide to Clydesdale, and she makes it count from deep. And the shootout continues in the second quarter. Werung driving on Cambage, but was blocked. Good audacity from the youngster. Liz had the answers. O'Hay tried to find Cambage on the trail, and some frustration sinking in. She thought there may have been some contact there too.
Great audacity, but I just would have rather Abby just come to a stop. Bit of an Iverson, fake it one way, come back, because Lizzie's already in the air, and then get her back on the reverse. But here, Lizzie getting a little bit frustrated. Nothing to be frustrated by. Plenty of time left in this game.
So timeout call with 7:27 to play in the second quarter. Southside have turned a 3-point margin, or deficit I should say, quarter time into a nice little lead midway through this second quarter. A great night tonight, and well, today I should say, great recognition for Todd Spain, who on Thursday night in the Caps and Perth game officiated his 150th Chemist Warehouse WNBL game, and is awarded WNBL Life membership as a result. Started out with the Eltham Basketball Association of Victoria, was a player himself. One of the senior officials and does a fantastic job, so congratulations.
Oh, I take my hat off to them. I would not like to be a referee. Probably the least liked person at times, but you know, they're part of our game and a really important role, and great to have someone of his calibre in our league.
Megan, you're in the Flyers huddle. What's Cheryl Chambers making of this second quarter?
She's asking for a bit more communication on court from her Flyers. Really happy with Liz's running, but has asked her teammates to get back and provide some support as Tomlinson hits some shots from deep.
Off the inbound. Cambay's, how good was that? How do you stop that?
I think you step out outside the charge circle and take the charge. Nice little curl cut, but if I'm not sure who it was on the defensive end. I think it was Morgan Jaeger. She just stepped up a little bit earlier outside that keyway. She would have got Lizzie into a charge situation, perhaps. But, you know, you've got to be brave to step up and want to take a charge against Liz Cambage. 17
points now. Make that 18 after that free throw. The Flyers in control in the second quarter. It's Talbot guarded closely this time by Steph Blitzarves. Goes to work on Cambay's, tried to kick it out and changed her mind late and turned it over. Beck Cole waits for the cavalry to arrive. Stripped of it by Jaeger. Cole got it back. Jaeger scraps for it. Cole kept fighting. No whistle. She couldn't finish off. Now Talbot pulls up for three. That's off the back of the iron. Whittle with the long rebound. And Talbot wide open again. Breakdown in communication from the Flyers, and she couldn't make them pay.
When she's averaging 24 points a game, you'd be happy with her taking that extra shot. She's yet to find her rhythm in this game with only 2 points on the stat sheet. And some pretty poor defense there from Steph Talbot when she's pretty good in terms of defensive, I guess, prowess. But hopefully she'll get her feet in this next 5 minutes.
Nice pass from Cole there to find Steph Blitzarves. Tomlinson got Cambay's up in the air. Whittle, good power move underneath. Has got some free throws to come.
Great poise there by Luella at the top of the key there, and Marina just using her size against Blitzarves to body up and find herself at the foul line now for 2.
Luella Tomlinson as both teams ring the changes on the substitute bench. Let's get down to Megan Huswaite.
Minette Conti coming on for the Flyers here. It's the earliest she's checked in probably this season, but excited to see her and Leilani Mitchell running the lanes here for the Flyers.
Yeah, minutes have been limited. Minette Conti, only 7.5 a game, but played 17 in the game against Bendigo and made the most of that opportunity with 9 points.
Well, it's more than what she got last year with Melbourne Boomers in terms of averaging her points. And but I credit to Cheryl Chambers. She's done a great job thus far this season in terms of managing her players. Lizzie's only averaging about 20 minutes a game, and no player apart from Sarah Blitzarves is over 27 minutes per game. So she has that luxury given the talent pool that she has, but credit to her, she has the ability to be able to rotate and rotate well.
As Marina Whittle sits down, Carly Smith comes back into the game. Southside 41, Adelaide 33. Conti is blocked by Tomlinson. She leads the Lightning in that stat, Luella Tomlinson. Those long arms in the business. Talbot shares with Werung for 3 more.
Why not? Why not, girlfriend? Keep going. Great job. I mean, it's great to see Southside are pegging that lead, but nice to see Adelaide still hanging in.
Mitchell for 2. That's long, and Smith with the uncontested rebound. Good chance now for the Lightning to score off multiple possessions. They're still fighting hard for it. Jaeger lost it. Now Beck Cole swings to Conti. Then Cambay's foul. 1 to come. She's in dominant form.
And loving it, and rightly so. Good job in terms of running the floor. Monique Conti just be using her smarts there. Knew Lizzie was coming and giving her that opportunity and space, and found her teammate down low for that N1 play.
20 points with a free throw to come. She leads the league in scoring. The way she's going today, she might blow everyone off the map.
Well, considering her and Steph Talbot are probably the considerations for the MVP and towards the end of this season, she's putting her hand up in terms of this contest.
Steph Talbot had 119 points coming into today. Liz had 176. Talbot couldn't finish. Just seems as though, Jenny, she's really trying to find her way into the game, Steph Talbot, just not coming up with the answers.
Now, just having one of those days at the office, she's attacking the rim quite hard. Probably needs to get her head up a little bit earlier on her target in terms of that, but just unfortunately another turnover there for the Adelaide Lightning.
It's Conti. Lays it up. That'll be an offensive foul. He's played Monique Conti and it's out to 10.
Great job here by the young guard in Monique Conti. Not sure much was in that, but you want to be up and in against someone like Abby Werong, who's obviously leading the point scoring for Adelaide Lightning with 13.
Skipper Jenna O'Hea back in. So the Flyers trail by 3 points at quarter time, and the second quarter, look at the way they're shooting the ball. 7 of 10 in Adelaide. Still yet to make a field goal. Conti up high. There's Jarry working hard. Out to O'Hea. That might be a little hold, I think, here. Rachel Jarry was certainly appealing for a foul. Take a look at the replay. Just a little tug there from Carly Smith. It's her first. Blitzarv's lost the handle instead, driving all the way. Offensive foul.
15.
Carly Smith put herself in the right place.
Hard angle from that one. Most likely she kept her feet and was hit right in the centre. Each to their own, and the referee saw it that way.
Timeout call. 4:11 to play in the second quarter. What's changed for the Flyers in the second quarter, Jenny?
Well, shots aren't dropping for Adelaide Lightning, and a couple of early turnovers. You know that the Southside Flyers will make you punish for that, and they're not missing from the offensive end either. And credit to them, they've been able to extend out to a 10-point lead now, but this timeout's going to be crucial.
Okay, make sure we come down together. Set this screen, come with speed. Come with speed. Okay, screen in. Okay, we're looking at that. Then go post to post. We're looking at that. All right, got that? With speed, Bash. So you can get a cheapie over the top. Guys, over there, set up punch screens and step ups. Circle action. Okay, keep off the sideline, matey. Okay, let's go. You all right, mate?
Adelaide coach Chris Lucas.
So when he's talking about punch screens and step-up screens, he's talking about keeping momentum on the offensive end for the Adelaide Lightning, using them as quickly as they can, especially as they come down, running downhill on the offensive end, and allowing them, the likes of Abby and Steph Talbot, to use their athleticism to get to the rack.
Adelaide would love to try and make a dent in this deficit. Whittle in the low block. Good finish.
And with Liz Cambage on the bench now in this last 4 minutes, this is where Adelaide have to start creeping back the deficit on the scoreboard, getting some stops and then draining some shots on the offensive end.
Mitchell, second in the competition for assists. There's another one. Jenna O'Hea drains it. Whittle short. Hay with the rebound. And Southside have just got so many offensive threats on the floor. Mitchell couldn't find O'Hay on that occasion. Basham looks to push the ball just as Chris Lucas asked for, but she lost it now. Mitchell's got trailers. Conti. Pass a bit too hot for O'Hay. And the Flyers miss out there.
Is it Operation Successful? Patient died? She had the right idea, but it just didn't work out in terms of what was happening. Leilani Mitchell, an unorthodox turnover from her, probably one that hasn't had a stellar season thus far, considering the WNBA season she did have this year. But no doubt when it matters, she'll come to play.
Nice pass from Talbot. Found Werung underneath. She's fouled. Rachel Jarry called for the foul.
Agree, indeed, a great find there with an overhead pass from Steph Talbot, just getting behind the defensive eyes there was Abby Werung.
Shot the three ball at 44% last year. After playing with Bendigo, coming into today, shooting at around that 42% mark. And the numbers today have been very impressive as she sits down. Morgan Jaeger back in. She's had a good first half. Abby Werung. 9 points the difference. Still to come today, Sydney and Townsville. Game number 2. As the action just rolls on here in the Chemist Warehouse WNBL. Tipped out of play by Whittle.
White ball just here, 8 seconds.
She's been a good pickup, Marina Whittle, for the Lightning.
She has indeed. She's a versatile player, has the ability and the size to play that inside four position, but can also play outside and hit the three as well. So yes, a great pickup there by Chris Lucas as Leilani Mitchell hits a nice little jumper.
She's got 4 points on 2 of 6. Talbot can't get away from Jarry, defers out to Whittle for another 3.
Jack, these ladies are shooting phenomenally. Considering it's their 4th game, these rings in Cairns are nice.
They're generous.
Are nice.
They're generous.
No wonder Cairns Taipans in the NBL had such a great season.
Exactly right. Mitchell, another treble. How good is this?
Goodness gracious me.
Okay.
We're heading for a 100-point ball game.
We sure are.
I number 3 Adelaide on the hook.
Fantastic shooting display from both teams. Whittle throws a wild one out. Smith has got to get busy. Nice D from Jarry. And off to the races goes Leilani Mitchell. Jenna O'Hay from the corner. Can't make that one count. Strong rebound by Jaeger.
Great shot choice there by Jenna O'Hay, just to sit and drift into the corner there and get the long closeout from Adelaide Lightning. She's already drained 2 already this game, so why not take another? But a great defensive rebound there from the Adelaide Lightning.
Let's get to Megan Huswaite.
Well, Leilani Mitchell's got a pep in her step today. That's because she's seeing her partner, Michaela, and her little boy, Cash, this week. It's been a long year away from them between the last WNBL season, the wobble in the WNBA, and then quarantine and the hub here in Queensland.
Wow.
Sure has.
I mean, you talk about AFL players and struggling without their partners and their children, and then you've got a player like Leilani Mitchell who went to America, played there without her son and her partner, and has been doing the same here up in Queensland as well. Credit to her, and how nice it is they get to be reunited.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the sacrifice that so many worldwide athletes have made this year across all sports. She's had a fantastic season in the WNBL, Leilani Mitchell. It's a nice finish from Brooke Basham on the replay. Inside the last minute before half-time. Works out okay for Brooke Basham. It's been a bit messy initially. Talbot goes to work on Blitzarves.
You'd say the Blitzarves has had the upper hand in terms of the Steph Talbot matchup. But perhaps Steph Talbot just hasn't had the opportunity on the offensive end yet to be able to show the caliber she is. But definitely Sarah Blitzarves tonight on both ends has been doing a great job.
Just her third point of the first half, Steph Talbot. 30 points and 12 rebounds yesterday. She was phenomenal in their win over the Flames.
Absolutely, and she's up statistically in terms of her stats from last year. She was averaging 14 points and 8 rebounds last year. Just a huge step up from her. And to think that they're missing Ali Wilson as well, who's averaging 14 points, and Chelsea Brook 8 points. And we're only, you know, with a 7-point deficit here.
Shot clock into single figures. Mitchell to get creative. Blitzarves from the corner.
That hurts. Basham. No coach likes that when you close out from the strong side. She allows Sarah Blitzarves with that drain that three.
Caps off a sensational second quarter for Southside. 10-point lead they now have after trailing by 3 points at quarter time. And all of their offensive arsenal was on full show in that second quarter. Liz Cambage leads the way with 21 points. Sarah Blitzarves has had such a great first half, both defensively and offensively. Has 12 points and 4 rebounds. And the Flyers have played some really good basketball, but so have the Adelaide Lightning. Still a long way to go in this game, and Megan's got an Adelaide player who's been crucial in their first half.
Abby, we're unsure, has been in the first half. Abby, you're 3 players down today. They're being managed, but what a spirited effort from the Lightning in the first half.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone's come out to play today. Obviously, we are down people, but everyone stepped up, and I think we can ramp it up a bit more defensively, and we're still with them. So
it's a shootout at the moment. Got a lot down on that D after half-time.
Yeah, definitely. They've got scorers everywhere, and it's a big job, and I don't think we've been our best defensively in the first half, so we can ramp that up.
And it's a big job shutting down Liz Cambage. How can you continue to curb her influence in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, I think we need to send 2 to her on her couch. She's obviously huge, and we don't have all that many bigs. But yeah, just do what we can and try and limit her.
Thanks, Abby. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
She's been very impressive, no question about that. What is impressive, Jenny Screen, is the shooting numbers for both teams here.
Indeed. I mean, we're heading for a 100-point ball game, and Abby summed it up really well in terms of defense. They've got to be able to step that in the second half. Rebound count, obviously Adelaide lining up, and also the possession game has been sensational. Turnovers are down low, but you've got to like Southside Flyers steals 6. They average almost every player 1 to 2 per game, so Adelaide have to be able to look after their possession. But hey, we've had a great first half contest.
We certainly have, no doubt about that, and we've spoken about it a lot that Adelaide are undermanned today, obviously with 3 key players not out there, but it was the way and the intent they started the game with.
They did indeed, considering they've got 2 of their starting players out. They did a great job off the back of Abby Werung early, draining a lot of shots in that first quarter when the miscommunication was happening. And then Luella Tomlinson has had a great first half as well. A couple of shot blocks, getting under skin of Lizzie a little bit. For me, Adelaide, in terms of defense, I wouldn't be worried so much about Lizzie. She's going to get her points. Lock down everyone else. Sarah Blitzarves, Jenna O'Hay, have more pressure on the passing, so it becomes more difficult to get it into Lizzie, and you might see this deficit close in the third quarter.
Well, that's now the task ahead of Chris Lucas and the Adelaide Lightning is how do they hang tough with the Southside Flyers in the second half of the game? Both teams played yesterday, but the Flyers looking really fresh and looking really strong. Second half coming your way very shortly. Stick with us. Chemist Warehouse WNBL.
No chance if you go.
Welcome back to our Sunday afternoon doubleheader of Chemist Warehouse WNBL action. We've got the Adelaide Lightning and the Southside Flyers, and it is the Flyers who lead by 10 points at the main break, 57-47. Jack Heverin and Jenny Screen. And well, we're talking, Jenny, in the coverage of the first half, the life and the sacrifice that so many of our WNBL athletes have had to go on with and had to make this year. It's a very unconventional season, but it's been a season like no other so far.
I think the girls have embraced it as best that they can. They're enjoying the sun. I would love to be up there in Melbourne, but I wouldn't be like to be doing that. What you see on screen right there, getting swabbed and spending some time in quarantine would have been tough though. Some of the pretty regular tests. This is some of the Bendigo Spirit stars, Carly Ernst and Tess Lavey. Just enjoying some nice lunch in the sun as well. And then there's the family aspect of having teams playing in quarantine, is that a lot of families have been able to stay together, and that's been fantastic. I think it's been a great job by the WNBL, led by head of basketball Lauren Jackson, in terms of being able to establish this kind of family unity, I guess, culture up there in North Queensland, and it's a credit to also the Queensland government for being able to provide that as well. Well, we put one of our own in amongst the bubble, which is Megan Huswaite. Megan, you've done all of the things that we've just seen there. You've done the isolation, you've done the testing, you're doing all the lunches and all that sort of stuff. How are you finding it?
Tests, I'll put it that way. But no, it's been a really enjoyable experience. I think it has been for the teams as well. I was part of the quarantine in Brisbane with the Boomers, Flyers and Bendigo Spirit, and it was a bit of a relief to be able to mingle after being in Victoria under lockdown for so long. But the thing that stuck out for me through quarantine and now in hub life is the teams that are getting along so well and enjoying each other's company. So we know the Bendigo Spirit are winless, but the great thing for me is that they are a tight group. They are loving each other's company. They're loving their time together on and off court, and I'm sure the results will come for them. But yeah, definitely lots of bonding time and gelling for teams that really had no pre-season ahead of this hub.
Yeah, and I think we're seeing that some of these teams are really starting to click into gear now, and unfortunately that's part of living up there, Megan. You get the sun and you get all of the beautiful stuff, but there is more testing to come for you, unfortunately.
Well, look, it is beautiful weather, and we are being treated to the wonders of Cairns and Townsville and Mackay for some of the teams as well. But look, there's a lot of games and a lot going on, so it's certainly a very busy schedule, but we're all very rapt to be here and part of this amazing Chemist Warehouse WNBL season. We most certainly are, and we'll get back to you very, very shortly. Thank you, Megan Huswaite. And part of the joy of this WNBL season is some of our host venues and some of our host regions, and Mackay have been exactly that. An hour west of Mackay, in a rainforest-clad mountain, lies Ungalla National Park, and the township of Ungalla, which is at the head of the Pioneer Valley. It's Australia's longest, oldest stretch of subtropical rainforest, ranging the best part of 50,000 hectares. The park draws its name from the Aboriginal word meaning land of clouds. Thousands of years of isolation have allowed the rainforest to nature an abundance of nature life, such as platypus, and one of the very few places in Australia as well where you can spot the shy creature in its most natural environment. And at Broken River's platypus viewing platform at sunset and at sunrise is the perfect chance to spot this funny creature. And also 22 kilometres of existing bushwalking tracks, plus the Mackay Highlands Great Walk. It sounds fantastic, doesn't it? Offer increasing access with varying degrees of difficulty and breathtaking views. Ungalla has a rich cultural history of gold mining, timber, dairying and tourism, and much of Ungalla's history can be discovered on information boards along the Sky Window walking track, which has wheelchair access. And most importantly as well, more than 200 bird species have been recorded through the Ungalla National Park, including the Ungalla honeyeater. It's also home to the gastric brooding frog, yes it is, and the orange-sided skink, plus many other rare natives.
Welcome back to Chemist Warehouse WNBL action. Southside Flyers and the Adelaide Lightning. The Flyers leading by 10 as we get underway for the third quarter. Liz Cambage leads away with 21 points, 6 rebounds for the Lightning. Abby Werung, their leading scorer. So Hay continues this hailstorm of threes that we're having, Jenny Screen.
Oh, that's not the start that Chris Lucas would have wanted for Adelaide Lightning. You can't get easy passes like that into Liz Cambage. She's just cutting across the face of the defense there in Luella Tomlinson, which allows the collapse of the defense and then the easy kick out to Jenna O'Hay, who's too good from the three-point line.
Whittle with the catch and shoot. That's deep. O'Hay with the rebound, and the Flyers had a very, very good second quarter. Outscored Adelaide 30-17. Cambage with the mid-range too.
And that's one part of her game in the last 2 to 3 seasons that I think she has added to her toolbox. The ability to hit that mid-range, even the three now as Abby Werung does a nice little layup there on the right-hand side. But the ability to drain threes also for Liz Cambage just makes it that much harder to defend.
Blitzarves can't make it happen. Let's get back to Megan Huswaite.
Well, I'm literally here on the Southside Flyers bench. I spoke to assistant coach Belinda Snell out of the break. The message at halftime was to improve communication, particularly on the defensive end, and see if they can do that in this third term.
Thank you, Megan. Both teams not shy to start this third quarter.
Why would you be, Jack, considering they were shooting at a prolific clip in the first half? But it's all about defense for me in this second half for both teams.
Nice hands from Mitchell. Stripped Smith of the ball. The Flyers look to get busy. O'Hay, Mitchell, extra pass back to O'Hay. Clinical from the Flyers.
For me, it's like, no, you shoot it. No, you shoot it. Oh, okay, I'll shoot it. And Jenna O'Hay drains another three, taking her tally, I think, to double digits for the game.
Yeah, that's 12 now. It started at the defensive end, and even look there for Beck Cole as one of the primary playmakers, Jenny. Just options all over the floor to choose from.
And that's the hardest thing with this team, right, is that you have to be unselfish. The only enemy for Southside Flyers this season is themselves. Can they stay together as a group? Can they share the ball and sacrifice their own, I guess, numbers for the sake of the team and potentially that elusive championship that they all want?
Shooting 9 of 17 from outside the arc. Let's have a listen to Chris Lucas, coach of the Adelaide Lightning.
Go, man, go thumbs out. Okay, thumbs out, spread the floor, okay, and get some movement. Third side, move the basketball. All right, got it? Let's go. Don't come out of the corners.
Strike on 3, 1, 2, 3.
It's been a flat-out assault to start this third quarter. 65-49 now. 8 points to 2. In the best part of 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, indeed, considering also the onslaught in that second quarter, so 30 points to 17 from the Southside Flyers. We just need Adelaide to get some nice continuity on their offensive end and then some stops on the defensive end to try and rein in this deficit. That's a good
That'll
start.
do. That's how you do it. Not sure that's exactly how Chris Lucas drew it up, but it'll count. Miranda Whittle having a really good day today. She's into double figures now. Cambage driving. Draws the foul on Tomlinson.
And that's the thing, when you're a weapon from the elbow, the closeout, Luella just had a too narrow a stance for me, and then Lizzie just nice little up fake on the catch. Saw a defender out of stance, and you can see the hands of Luella just grabbing onto Lizzie there.
You mentioned before, Jenny, the minutes. Cheryl Chambers managing the minutes. Liz only playing the best part of 21 minutes a game.
Exactly, and she's played 16 minutes thus far in this game, 23 points, 6 rebounds. You know, and that's going to be the key for also Southside Flyers, how you manage their players. They do have one of the veteran, you know, averages in terms of age for the WNBL compared to the Adelaide Lightning. I think the average age for this team is 24 years of age. So a lot more fresher, younger legs, but I never discredit or disvalue the importance of experience that comes with age.
Hard foul there from Cambage on Whittle. Good drive and good intent.
But nice to see it pick her up on the way out as well. You know, you can foul hard, but good to see the camaraderie there shared between both teams, and helping up Marina Whittle off the hardwood as well.
Was with Perth last season. A number of off-season signings for Adelaide, and especially today with the injuries and the unavailabilities they've got, she becomes even more important because of her versatility.
Indeed, and you think that they've only got 2 players from their team from 2019-2020 season to then also lose 3 for this game makes it so much harder.
The Flyers turn it over. Werung driving, uses the left hand. Good rebound by Smith. Back out to Tomlinson. Plenty of time to make that 2 work.
I would love to see that rebound from Smith on the replay. It was almost this one-hand, left-hand catch. And then to find a teammate at the elbow for Luella to reward her with that assist was great.
Talbot had Tomlinson on the trail and missed her by a fair margin. Blitzarves to Mitchell. Rattles in and out. Even the misses are near misses today. With the way both teams are shooting the basketball. Talbot spinning away on Cambays and falling back. Lovely touch, Steph Talbot.
People don't appreciate, or I definitely appreciate, but the athleticism required for that. The ability to penetrate, stop and prop, know that someone of 6'8" is defending you, and then spin and fade away and drain that shot. Oh, phenomenal.
3 more for Jenna O'Hay. She's setting the standard in this 3rd quarter. 15 points now. 5 of 8 from outside the arc. So dangerous. Foul off the ball, called on Tomlinson.
Number 2, we've got a block.
There's that rebound that you were after, Jenny.
Yeah, I mean,
one-handed.
It was nice. I mean, it was with the right hand, not her left, but it actually looked better when I saw it the first time. But this is a disappointing thing. We spoke about this in the first quarter. Luella Tomlinson with another foul there. Just hurts in terms of being able to be a force in terms of curbing Lizzie Cambage's, I guess, output on the offensive end and also the defensive end, now having to sit on the bench.
Alabadish back in. Nice find from Cole. O'Hay missed, but fell into the arms of Rachel Jarry. And the Flyers can reset. Mitchell driving. Great move. Saw a path open up and just took Brooke Basham to the hole.
I was going through ages today, and this amazing woman we see on our screen here, who's come off the back of the WNBA season and playing yet again for the Southside Flyers. 35. 35. You know, she doesn't look 35, so credit to her and keeping her youth, but you forget sometimes the age of some of these women, and she's one of them. Jenna O'Hay is 33, and nice to see that we've still got the experience of these players in our league, because that only helps our youth. Because when you play with the likes of Leilani, whether it's with her or against her, you're only going to get better in your own game. So it's a credit that she's still able to produce week in, week out in the WNBL and across the world.
2-time champion. Whittle for 2 more. Nice set from the Lightning. It's Mitchell baseline. Blitzarve swings to Clydesdale. Straight off the bench, Amy Clydesdale.
Now they're just putting on a show when you can't contain the dribble penetration from Leilani Mitchell, or any player like Amy Clydesdale for that matter. Collapses D, kick, and then you're just going to have shooters setting up, licking their lips, wanting to shoot those shots like they are.
And this is what makes this Flyers team so frightening. Werung with a hand in the face. 20 points.
And she's pretty much doing a lone hand, apart from Marina Whittle. Talbot's definitely having her first off day here in the 2020 WNBL season.
Nice hustle from Blitzarves. She's got herself to the line for 2.
Yeah, great second efforts here from Sarah. Follow up on her shot.
She was given the big task before the game of Steph Talbot. It's a tick in the box so far. Steph's only got 6 points, and
Indeed.
Sarah Blitzarves has got 12 of her own to go with 4 rebounds. It's been a complete performance.
It has, and indeed for her. And that's the nice thing, is that she's been given a task defensively, but she's also been, that hasn't taken away from her offensive output either. So the ability to be that two-way player is what Cheryl trainers will be looking for. But it's nice to see, considering they've played 4 games this week, the injuries that she's had in the past with her knee, and that she's fighting fit and just getting better and better each game.
4.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Smith pulls up. It's the front of the rim, and Blitzarves, that's Sarah Blitzarves with rebound number 5. There's Steph Blitzarves back out there now too. Jarry can get to the basket and wrap it underneath.
Nice to see a 2-time Olympian be able to come off the bench and do a nice little finish like that. It's great to see Jaff back in the league after a couple of seasons off, and not only struggling with her knee, but also with the concussions that she had. And she's also become a Victorian police officer.
She sure has,
in
yeah.
that time, and I wouldn't want
Constable
to see her on
Jarry.
the streets. Exactly. So credit to her that she's got her life off the court in order as well, and finding her feet away from the basketball court.
Blitzarves lost the handle there, but it was last touched by Carly Smith. The Flyers will get it back. There's Rachel Jarry. As you say, Jenny, 2-time Olympian. Constable Jarry, yeah.
Yes.
And to you, not just to me.
No, she's teammate to me.
Oh, of course, yeah. Yeah, that's one advantage you do have. Mitchell sends it into the corner. Steph Blitzarves pulls up. She misses, but fought hard and got it back.
You talk about returning players. She's another one, Steph Blitzarves. It's nice to see her back in this uniform. You know, second efforts is what she's known about, and defense, but also her ability to put points on the scoreboard. But now she gets to do it in front of her son Arlo, and also with her sister-in-law, Sarah Blitzarves, as well. So credit to her for being able to make the return, like so many other players this year that have returned from giving birth to their bubs.
Former Defensive Player of the Year, 2016. Been a really handy addition for the Flyers in the off-season. Smith posting up, swings it back out. Badish is short. Nice rebound by Steph Blitzarves, and Mitchell puts the ball on the floor, has Clydesdale spotting up in the corner for another treble.
Oh, that hurts the heart, doesn't it? You know, you don't pick up the ball early in transition, and they just have the ability and the caliber of players that can just spread the court, I should say, and drain those threes like they are. What is their clip, Jack? It must be astronomical. 55% from three-point land, 12 of 22 for the game.
Amy Clydesdale, 3 of 3 in the minutes that she's getting. Jaeger spins away on Blitzarves. Guess we can call that a pass to Badish. It worked.
I'm pretty sure it was a pass. Badish just wasn't in the right spot that was necessary. Her teammate just gave her, this is where I want you to be, kind of pass.
Badish was good enough to read the cues eventually and get there. 81-64. Nice cut. Nice pass. Nice offense, Flyers. Blitzarves with 2 more. Leilani Mitchell's passing game there on full show. Shot clock to single figures for Jaeger. Foot on the line, I fancy.
They're draining shots, Jack, but their defense is really poor. Chris Lucas, you know, prides himself on his teams that are able to play defense, and they're just not locking in here. 83 points with just under 2 minutes to go, as Leilani just sends a errant pass or to a player that wasn't in Blitzarves, that wasn't looking, but he wouldn't be happy with 83 points in 3 quarters of basketball. It's just not what their makeup is, and if they're draining threes like they are from beyond the arc, then you've got to run them off the 3-point line. Get them to the foul line. I mean, the Southside Flyers have only taken, I think, maybe 6 foul shots for the game. Try something different.
As Mitchell sits down. And then Conti comes back in. Amy Brett back into the game for the Lightning too. So the officials just taking a look here.
I think they're looking at
the Jaeger 3, was it? Yeah, I thought it was a foot on the line at the time, to be honest.
Correct.
You call it 2 or 3? All 3.
Oh, maybe not.
That is a 3 from this angle.
Maybe not.
You come back and call it.
Got to love this technology, don't you?
It's great.
I mean, nothing to take away from the calls of the referees, because in real time it's so much harder than what it is, but to think how crucial that could be if the game was a lot closer and the momentum swing was happening and you missed that 1 point, huge in the context of this game.
A millimetre in it for Morgan Yates.
Yeah.
It all counts. Here she is. Works together with Basham. Whittle threw it away. O'Hay just couldn't come up with it. And Jaeger, this time for 3. Misses, and it's out of play. Another late signing for the Lightning this year, Morgan Jaeger. First season back in the WNBL after 4 years at Oregon. Nice, strong Division I school in the NCAA.
Strong, are they indeed? And especially with the likes of Jazz Shelley there now, an Australian junior representative in her 2nd season at Oregon. No doubt she's going to come back in a couple more years and be another player to watch in our great WNBL.
A few injury issues along the way at college, Morgan Jaeger. That's a nice find. Whittle can't finish. Let's get to Megan.
It's not just the players and coaches who have made huge sacrifices to be here, but the support staff. Southside Flyers have a married couple with their strength and conditioning coach and physio in Alex and Kathleen. They also work for the Melbourne Football Club, so they've done the AFL hub and now the WNBL hub, all with a 9-month-old baby, little Evie.
Who won't remember a thing.
No. They can talk about it later. Do you remember when you were 9 months old and we lived in North Queensland?
You remember that thing called COVID? No, I don't.
There's the sweet shooting of Amy Clydesdale. And again, we just talk about these luxuries and these stars at Cheryl Chambers' disposal. Amy Clydesdale, probably a starter in a lot of other teams and has been a starter in previous teams.
I think she's a great player in terms of the ability to find her role, to be able to, whether she's starting or coming off the bench for you, she adds a factor, whether that's on the offensive end, pushing the ball, or whether it's the defensive end and having the responsibility of having to...
Hey! The 3/4 time buzzer. She got it away, it rolls in. The Southside Flyers put the emphasis.
It's tricky to rock around, that's right, on time is tricky. It's tricky.
32 points to 20 in the 3rd quarter. The Southside Flyers on the back of a whole team contribution, including Amy Clydesdale off the bench. They've opened this game right up. They lead now by 22 points. There she is, shooting the lights out of the basketball today. 4 of 4 from outside the arc. So final quarter gets set to get away to a start. Let's go to Megan Huswaite. She had her ears in both huddles at three-quarter time.
My ears have been very busy. One heard Chris Lucas tell Adelaide, we're making Southside feel good about themselves. From the Southside huddle, Cheryl Chambers' message to the players was to keep moving the ball and an emphasis on ball movement in this final term.
I think what I meant to say is one ear in either camp at three-quarter time. That would make more sense. A lot more sense. Whittle's doubled up. Blitzar's called for the foul.
And it's great what Megan said in terms of Chris Lucas. Yes, you're giving them a lot of confidence right now, considering these teams play in, what, 2-3 days' time again, and you would hope that Adelaide bolstered their lineup with the return of some of their players, but perhaps not. But Southside Flyers are going to get a lot of confidence in terms of, one, individually, but two, as a team going into their next contest against Adelaide Lightning next week.
That's both teams' next game, as you say, Jenny, is against each other on Wednesday. Badish pulls the trigger. That's long. This rebound, Jaeger. Whittle, I should say, got it back. Second time around. Tipped it in.
Strong body, really strong body. I like what she's able to do with it. She uses her size well. Not really tall, but has nice finesse as well. Damn.
Blitzers.
And that's the thing, when 1 or 2, 3 players roll in a team, it just allows the confidence to ooze into everyone else. And I think everyone that's hit the court, almost, actually everyone, has hit the scoreboard.
It's a good word, I think, Jenny's confidence with the Flyers. They are now, and there's Liz Cambage, she can just sit back and take it all in. They are playing with confidence right now.
Yeah, they are indeed. And they're... It's really hard to look at the league and the statistics across the board because they're just saturating the market in terms of every statistical category, especially when they have blowout wins like they have tonight, you would think, and then 40-plus wins the other night. Makes it really hard to read, but, you know, they're beatable, without a doubt, and on any given night, anyone can be beaten, and let's hope we have some greater contests coming up in round 4.
Nice stroke from Brooke Basham. O'Hay with the response. Adelaide in their offense now. Conti whistled for the foul. Reach in on Chelsea Brooke.
But I don't mind that. You know, it's a physical game that we play. We don't play netball, and I like that she's up and in. I wish Adelaide Lightning would be doing the same thing down the other end, getting up and in, challenging the Southside Flyers to put the ball on the floor and penetrate and not be able to score from the foul line rather than just continue to drain threes. I mean, 14 of 26 from three-point land. You know, a third of their shots have come from the three-point line.
Whittle taken away. I'll just correct myself. It was Amy Brett that Conti fouled early. My apologies. Busy in for her first minutes. Conti found a way to O'Hay, then got it back. And same again. She's got a magnet at the bottom of the net.
My goodness gracious me. I'd love to see Cheryl Chambers put on the rest of her bench now and give them an opportunity. Pizzy's hit the floor for the first time, but also O'Neill. It would be nice to see her, and obviously Gillam's out for the game. Oh, no, she's in, I think, isn't she? Yep, no, she's in. So it'd be nice to see they hit the court in this last 7 minutes, considering the scoreboard count.
It's drive by Jaeger. Conti defensively was able to get a fair bit of ball in there. Expect Cole, Rachel Jarry.
Yeah, Beck's had a...
Conti.
Well, you would think Beck's had a quiet one, but when everyone else is contributing like they have, she's had 15 minutes on court, so it makes it difficult, but that's the luxury that Southside Flyers have in terms of being able to rotate through their players. And some nights, some will play a lot, and sometimes you'll sit, and that's just the way it's going to be.
And again, there's that player management aspect in there too as well, I guess, with so many games in a short space of time. This rebound by Blitzarves. 96-72. So Hay cuts. Look, baseline for Pizzy, chopped off by Whittle. Still to come this afternoon. Our second game is Sydney Uni Flames up against the Townsville Fire. Intriguing contest, that one.
It will be a great contest considering the first one that they had between each other, and you know, it'll be interesting to see if Nicholson's going to play, considering the blood and the broken nose that we suspected, the nose that she copped the other night early against Southside Flyers to an errant Jenna O'Hay elbow, because she's a massive player for them, as we know.
She's having a fantastic season. Well, you got your wish here, Jenny, because Amy O'Neill's into the game.
I put in the call, Jen.
Sarah Blitzarves has had a massive, massive contribution to this game at both ends of the floor. That's now 18 points to go with her 7 rebounds and the complete shutdown job on Steph Talbot.
Yeah, she does love the pick and pop. She is known for that, and great to see hitting her straps considering her pre-game interview of hello, I'm Sarah Blitzarves, and this is WNBL.
That really set the tone, didn't it?
It did, didn't
it? From there, you could just see that she was set to have a big game. So's Jenna O'Hay, the Southside captain. Important contribution today, 15 points. Shooting the basketball really well, 6 assists, and just leading the team.
Yeah, and she's done a great job, and she'll just do what's necessary, whether it's hitting open shots or finding her teammates or having to lock down someone. And I've been impressed with Jen, to be honest, coming into this season. She was one that I was like, oh, is she going to be able to get through with her body, considering the injuries that she has had and in recently with her foot and the likes. But credit to her, she's managed herself well. She's obviously had a great off-season and found her feet in terms of getting through COVID and trying to stay as strong as she can. And nice to see her contributing today, but also consistently throughout the first 8 games of the Southside season.
You wonder whether Jenna's the sort of player that maybe benefited from the extra time off, I suppose,
Yeah,
and just
good
allow the
question.
body to heal up a little bit.
Absolutely, perhaps that is the case. We'll never know, but you know, there's still a long way to go in this season. We're 8 games in, and we've got 2 more rounds to go and finals, and hopefully there's still a lot more left for her and the rest of these players.
6.5 minutes remaining. Nice hands from O'Neill. Just did enough to force Adelaide into a turnover. Cheryl Chambers very much going to her bench now. Sarah Blitzarves the only starter out there. Pizzy pulls the trigger.
Hey!
Why not?
See, you talk about confidence, Jack, and it oozing into other players, and it's nice to see another Southside player, I should say, hitting the scoreboard.
And this is the 5th time of WNBL 20 that they've gone past 100, the Flyers. They're major numbers that they're putting up, game in, game out. Conti off to the races, pulls up herself and misses out.
One player that seems to have, I guess, undone the shoelaces for the day is Steph Talbot. She hasn't really hit the floor since early on in the 3rd quarter, and maybe it's pull-up stumps. You're down by 30, so what's the point? And you've got a big week coming up in terms of some more games, important games, because they've got a lot to catch up on. They're 2 behind everyone else, and if they're going to be a push for this finals in a couple of weeks' time, they've got to be smart.
And the and-one play for Sarah Blitzarves. She's far from done.
No, this is called fill up the stat sheets time.
Oh, yeah. Went to work on the youngster, Ella Badish.
Yeah, Badish just too upright, not in any stance there. Haven't really seen her contain anyone today, and Sarah Blitzarves taking advantage of that.
And helps herself to another. She'll stay out there. 21 points, 9 rebounds. Now she will just continue to bolster her numbers as a foul there, Taylor Gilliam in. Dandenong product, a Warrigal product first and foremost, out of country Victoria, but Dandenong Junior product. So Adelaide have got the Flyers again on Wednesday. Capitals on Friday, Perth on Sunday, Boomers on Tuesday, so a tough stretch coming up.
That is, considering they've been a bit inconsistent since the start of the season. Two good wins at the start, then quarantine, that unfortunate mishap happened, and where they had to not be able to play for 10 days and threw, I think, the WNBL administrators into a little bit of anxiety as they had to try and reshuffle a season schedule very quickly. But credit to them and being able to just adapt and improvise with what they were given, and credit to also the players being able to just, you know, bounce back.
And I think Chris Lucas said by their own admission they were a little bit rusty when they first came out.
Yeah, I think they were still in quarantine against that game. They got pumped.
It's not an easy thing to do, I suppose, to come out of that. And that was the Boomers game that we were talking about, and they lost by 40.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to remember Boomers came off a loss there against the Townsville Fires the day before, and they wouldn't have been happy considering their output for that game. So they were hungry and angry, I would think, those Melbourne Boomers girls, and they made the Adelaide Lightning pay, that was for sure.
We're unguarded by Conti. Good duel, this one. We're on travel.
Solid D. I'm impressed there. Conti's done a great job here in the second half, given her opportunity that she's been given by Cheryl, and both offensively and defensively, draining some shots on the offensive end, and then defensively just getting under the skin and playing some solid D.
Flyers have got Adelaide on, as we mentioned, on Wednesday. Nice cut here from O'Neill, and the layup too. Well done.
And you can hear, can't see, but you can hear her teammates getting quite excited as she gets her first points on the board, and now every Southside player, except Gillum, has hit the scoreboard.
Well, that's the next job, to find her for a good look. Flyers have got the Boomers next Sunday. That'll be a really, really interesting game, that one. Their first meeting was a win to the Boomers. And then Sydney and Canberra to come too. So the next 4 games will throw up some big challenges for Southside. But there's no such thing as an easy game.
No,
shortened season is...
We talked about that off air, didn't we? You know, you think Perth, Bendigo, they might be at the bottom of the ladder, but they're taking some teams to the 3rd and the 4th quarter and pushing them. Oh my goodness! As now
it's full.
It is full, and that was a great job by Gillum there to drain that 3. But yeah, that's the thing. No team, no one's granted a win. You got to earn it in this league, and even if you're coming up against the winless Bendigo, and they'll push teams. They may not get many wins, but they'll definitely push some teams.
Looked good out of the hand there.
Did for a lefty.
Yeah. Abby Werung certainly tried her hardest today. Leads the Lightning with 20 points. And it was the way, particularly in the first half, that she shot the ball that helped set the tone.
Yeah, she had 15 first half points, and pretty much was the lone hand, the Adelaide Lightning guard there today, in terms of trying to push this team to getting close to the Southside Flyers, especially with Steph Talbot having an off day.
Shot the ball at 80% from outside the arc too. Nice steal from Smith. Conti got a hand on the play. So now, is it hard to get a read on Adelaide, Jenny? Coming into today, we said we wanted to learn more about them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do we have to, because of who they didn't have today, do we have to wait and see?
Yeah, I think it is, Jack. Yeah, you answered your own question. Wait and see until they get their full squad back, and Ali Wilson and obviously Ortleb and Chelsea Brook as well. We can't answer that question. And hopefully, you know, Chris Lucas is smart. He's been in this league a long time, won many a championship, and he'd been moving the chess pieces, working out. He's already probably worked out the season, where he's going to get his wins, and probably saw this one as an opportunity to rest some players with what's to come in the next couple of rounds.
Nice block from Beck Pizzi there too. Smith's layup misses out. O'Neill showing some nice pace off the dribble. Flips it back out. Gillum deep. Tomlinson with the strong rebound. So Sydney and Townsville up next. She's been a takeaway from today, I think, Brooke Basham. 13 points, 3 of 3 from deep.
She has in her debut season. She is known as a shooting guard, so nice to see her you know, following her own scout and getting it done. And it only adds confidence to her. Probably perhaps a player that doesn't play that much, now getting those minutes which she wouldn't normally get, that allows Chris Lucas perhaps get a bit more trust in her in the games to come in rounds 4 and 5 of this season.
Average 21 points in NBL 1, the Eastern Mavericks. She showed some good signs today. O'Neill underneath to Pizzi. Basham stole it away initially, but couldn't control the ball. O'Neill blocked by Smith. And then Jaeger got some contact on the way through. Points will count.
Great job there from Jaeger just to find a way. Got Jarry out of stance and probably too open there in the full court, and just turned on the jets and got herself to the foul line. The sooner this game is over, the better. I think they need some recovery.
They do.
You know, they can take a lot away from this game, Adelaide Lightning, in terms of the first half and especially that first quarter, and prepare themselves for Wednesday.
They did lead at quarter time. If you have just joined us, by 3, but Southside after that put on 2 quarters of 30 or more in a row and took control of the game from there. Off Adelaide hands. 6 on the shot clock. Just Flyers from the inbound.
You got to imagine, like, Lizzie, looking at the stats, Lizzie played 18 minutes for 10 of 13, 25 points and 7 rebounds and 2 blocks. Just imagine if she played 30.
Oh.
You know, just imagine.
Could she have peppered away?
You know, good to see them all watching the game there on the bench and having a laugh. But yeah, it's great that she's back in our league.
Second chance here for the Flyers. Conti going all the way, swings it out. Nice pass. O'Neill had plenty of time to size it up. Conti got it back again. Here she goes on the move, driving, sending it to O'Neill in the corner once more. Pizzi had to fire with the shot clock ticking away. She's off target. So the final actions of this game, Basham's been deflected on the way out. Wasn't sure if there was a Flyers hand. There was. Oh, plenty of smiles from the Southside bench. Tomlinson in the post. Nice help D, but she worked her way through, and Jaeger's fouled by Conti.
Nice little find there by Luella, as she mishandled the ball first, but drew the D and found her teammate just under the bucket. And Monique Conti just got a little bit too aggressive there as we wind out this game.
Has had a few back issues along the way, Morgan Jaeger.
Pretty sure she's a Forestville junior. Good old Forestville Eagles in Adelaide.
I think you might be right, yeah. She's going to finish the game with 6 points. Conti winds down the clock. Game clock and shot clock almost in sync. Conti, nice handles. Pizzi, one last action, couldn't convert. The Southside Flyers are going to continue on their merry way. 7-2 on the season, and it's another big win today. 31 points, and after quarter time, they took control of the match and showed just how dangerous they can be. Final score, 110-79. Southside Flyers are really taking shape now. 3 in a row for them. And a good even spread of scorers across the board.
Yeah, good question. You must have been reading my mind. I was just about to say 36 points off the bench for the Southside Flyers, which is nice. They've got the star-studded lineup that we know about. We talk about that pretty much every player is green and gold in their starting lineup, but it's nice that they don't have to just get fixated on that girl on screen, Liz Cambage, that the rest can contribute. And if Lizzie, for some reason, is shut down or not having her game that we know she can, other players can step up. So credit to the Southside Flyers for being able to have that spread of scorers, like you said. Good job, ladies. Southside Flyers!
Some pretty straightforward instructions there from Jenna O'Hay, and a lot of positivity. They've got a challenging stretch of games coming up, and as we mentioned before, they'll play each other again on Wednesday, these two teams. Adelaide will certainly be hoping to have access to Alex Wilson and Taylor Ortnep and Chelsea Brook. It's the Southside Flyers, 110-79 victors. Recovery's pretty important now, Jenny, for both teams.
Yeah, recovery between all these games, you know, like Sarah Blitzov said, we got a little mini 2-day break, you know, which is exciting, I guess. And but yeah, no training is always great for all these players, but they'll go back, do their recovery like the professionals that they are, and enjoy the sun, get amongst it a little bit. And the socials that we've seen, they're really enjoying their time up there, and then they'll come back ready to go for round 4.
Let's get down to Megan Huswaite.
Well, with Leilani Mitchell, 10 assists, 9 points today. Lay, that was the ultimate team performance.
Yeah, I think the last few games especially, we've been doing a really good job of sharing the ball, whether it be in transition, finding the open shooters, or, you know, finding Liz or cutters inside. So it feels good that we got this win. Obviously, we didn't start very well defensively. They started out on fire from the three-point line. They played really well, so we look forward to playing them again on Wednesday.
Yes, what confidence does this Southside team have now at this point in the season?
Well, to be honest, we try not to be too confident because the games come around quick, anything can happen. So we just continue to work every single game and try to get better.
You've spent the majority of the year away from your partner, Michaela, and little boy, Cash. Last WNBL season, the Wubble and the WNBA, and now quarantine in the hub here. You'll be reunited on Tuesday. They're watching now. Would you like to say hello to your little 2-year-old Cash?
Yes. Hi, Michaela. Hi, Cashy. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon.
Beautiful stuff, Leilani. Congratulations on the win today.
Thank you so much.
Such an important player for the Flyers with her all-court vision and the way that she can set this team up, and if she can set the table, they can finish off as they showed today.
Oh, I know you get caught up in the scores of some of the players like Jenna O'Hay, 15 points, Liz Cambage, 25, but 10 assists, late. Hello. And then, you know, why not? When you're shooting at 51% across the field and from the three-point line, you're going to get your assists. So great job to Leilani and the rest of the Southside Flyers. Like I said, Adelaide Lightning, nothing to be ashamed of except for those 17 turnovers. Got to get better there, and hopefully come next round, Steph Talbot will be back to her flying best, along with the likes of Ali Wilson coming back into the lineup. So we'll see what happens.
Megan Huswaite's got who I would imagine would be a very satisfied Flyers coach, Cheryl Chambers.
I'm sure Cheryl Chambers is very satisfied. That was a true team win this afternoon.
Yeah, and that's what we've been trying to work towards. We think, you know, we've got a lot of different players, and we think that we can share the ball, and I think tonight it just moved. And, you know, Leilani and Amy, both our point guards, and Monique, when they came in, just found open players, so it was great.
Sarah Blitzarv's got on the score sheet that she shut down Steph Talbot. That was a really important matchup today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Steph's been in such great form. We had to put some height on her, and I thought Sarah was really smart and kept her at bay.
Every player scored.
Yeah,
every player got on. I think the best part of that was the reaction from your bench. You seem to be a happy bunch and very supportive of each other, and you enjoy every moment.
Yeah, we do. I mean, you know, in the world, that's what it's all about, isn't it? People around you. So we're happy when the people around us are happy, and we're happy when the people around us are playing good. So it's nice feeling.
It's nice watching you when you're all happy. Thanks for your time, Cheryl.
No worries.
It's probably a nice strategy to live by, I suppose.
We're happy when we're happy, aren't we, Jack? And the Southside Flyers are definitely happy bunch today.
They most certainly are. 31-point winners this afternoon.
They did do a great job. You know, they didn't start the way they probably wanted to, but credit to them and the depth of talent that they have. They were just all class in that second half. You know, to be able to score 30-plus points in every quarter bar the first shows the caliber of talent that they are. And you know, Adelaide Lightning, they can take some things away from that first half, but Southside Flyers, for me today, were a level above.
Yeah, they most certainly were. Quarter time lead for Adelaide, but their ability, and Jenny, you said before the game that Southside Flyers' biggest enemy could essentially be themselves. It looked like today they made a real emphasis to share the basketball.
Yeah, and you heard Cheryl talk about that. We're talking about team basketball, sharing the ball and getting everyone to be involved. And that girl on screen did that in the second half when given the opportunity, draining the long three and being a disruptor on the defensive end. I think everyone else contributed really well. It was just so nice to see the young girls, Pizzy and Gillum and the likes, get their chance, because they normally don't in the Southside Flyers uniform, and be able to put their hand up and come in and contribute is really nice as well.
They were the heavy favourites coming into today, the Flyers, and they put paid to their competition. Final score 110-79 will be
Welcome back to Chemist Warehouse WNBL action. Double header on Sunday. This is game number 1. And the Southside Flyers winning 110-79. They were very, very good with the way they went about things, and they will continue on their merry way this season. And Jenny Screen, it's just, I mean, we talk about the completion and the way that they're able to play such complete basketball, the Southside Flyers. They're going to take some stopping.
Oh, I don't know how you stop them. You think Liz goes into the bench and then Jen O'Hay gets subbed, and then you think, oh, as a defender, yep, I get a break. But no, then you've got Rebecca Cole and you've got Amy Clydesdale, and the list just keeps going. So for other teams, good luck in terms of the Southside Flyers, but I think Adelaide can take a lot out of that game, even though the scoreline was pretty ugly in the end. And if they just pick up their defence, who knows what's going to happen in round 4.
Megan Huswaite, the Flyers and Adelaide as well, but they've both got a little bit of a mini break coming up. They're not required until Wednesday now, which is a luxury in this season.
It's a huge luxury in this season. We know it'll be a different Adelaide side that takes on the Flyers on Wednesday night. Getting back those 3 players, I thought they certainly missed Ali Wilson this afternoon. She's been a real playmaker for them after coming across from Sydney. From a Southside point of view, that's when they play their best basketball. Yes, Liz might have massive games, and she did have big numbers today, but their best basketball is when they can get everyone onto the court and onto the stat sheet, and I think that was certainly what pleased them most this afternoon.
We're just having a look behind you. The next game coming up is the Flames and the Fire. Just having a little look for Lauren Nicholson. I think she's warming up as we speak.
She is warming up, just going to go and seek confirmation on whether she's playing or not. It's not unheard of that someone might warm up and not actually suit up. So, but fingers crossed Nicholson plays this afternoon. She's certainly been a star for the Fire, and really looking forward to a hot battle, the Fire and the Flames.
Should be a really, really good game coming up next. Thank you very much, Megan. You'll be part of our coverage for the next game. Jenny, what are you making of this contest? I think Sydney really need to win. That's probably the obvious statement.
They do indeed. I think they're 3 losses on the trot, and Katrina Hibbert, their coach, will be be looking to push them against the Townsville Fire. Towns, on the other hand, I think they're going to be a team that's shaping that top four, and hopefully Lauren Nicholson will be back up in the starting lineup to allow to help Shyla Hill, who's having a stellar season, and the rest of her teammates hopefully come away with another win.
So that's coming up next, the Flames and the Fire in just a few moments' time from Cairns Arena. Jenny, thank you very much. I think we saw the Flyers in full gear today, didn't we?
It's been great. Exciting.